Lumix introduced what people may have called the Fuji killer, which was the real-time LUT feature, but it was originally designed for the vlog color profile. But with the recent announcement of the Lumix S9, the brand new LUT button, and the Lumix Lab app, you can now use real-time LUT for different color profiles without having to use the custom photo profile modes and changing your color profile and what LUTs are being applied. Now, while the Lumix Lab app is a great tool and there's a ton of different looks and LUTs on the app itself, mine included, there kind of hasn't been a LUT pack designed to emulate the Fujifilm recipes until now. But before I describe all the LUTs in my own film emulated LUT package, what's a LUT? A LUT is a lookup table, which basically is a filter applying onto your camera to give you different effects. Basically, imagine if you're taking a photo with your phone and you apply different photo effects to that to kind of give you different vibes and styles. That's basically what a LUT is doing, is changing the colors and how they're being read out of your camera. Now, with all that said, since I got the S9, I have been working on and developing 6 different film emulated LUTs to kind of give you those Fujifilm recipes directly into the S9 or other Lumix cameras. And if you are interested in picking those up and purchasing them, there will be a link to my website in the description. And if you do use the code FILM10, you can get 10% off too. Now, before I get into the 6 different film emulated LUTs, here is the personal settings that I recommend shooting on your Lumix cameras. Now, I personally recommend turning on the custom color profile so you don't have to turn on your grain and your color noise settings every single time instead of using the real-time LUT button. The first thing is the color profile. I personally use the natural color profile, but I don't have anything adjusted on it whatsoever besides the grain. So for the grain settings, I personally am using the low grain settings and have the color noise turned off. And these personally is what can give you the best results. But without further ado, let's dive into the 6 film emulated LUTs. So the first one is gold, which is supposed to replicate the gold 400 film look, kind of giving you those warmer golden tones throughout the entire image, and it brightens up the image just a tad. The second one is Superia, which kind of highlights a little bit more pink into your image and gives you those kind of film looks. The next one is kind of one of my favorites, and this is Ultra. Now again, this is designed to kind of emulate the Ultra 400. This is similar to the gold, which does kind of give you those warmer and golden tones, but it's just a little bit more contrasty to the overall image. Now, if you don't want your colors to be shifted, that's where I created Vista. Vista is kind of where I grew up, so I want to create this look, which kind of gives you a more of a vibrant, contrasty look without shifting any of your color tones. Now, the 5th one is Disposable. This is when I forget to bring my disposable film camera and I want to get those disposable feelings from a camera, so I created this look to kind of replicate what a disposable camera looks and feels like, but with just a little bit higher quality images. And then the final one is my personal take on a black and white film look. So again, this is just a clean black and white look, but you do add the grain effects to kind of give more of that film emulated look. The last thing I want to touch point on is how to load the LUTs onto your own Lumix cameras. There's 2 different ways that you can do this. The first one is once you download all the LUTs, you can take all the cube file LUTs onto the root of your SD card, drop it over, and then upload that into your camera, go down to your menu settings, click upload on LUTs, and then all those LUTs will get uploaded wherever you choose to. The second way, if your camera does have the Lumix Lab app support, you can have those LUTs, transfer them to your phone via AirDrop or something. Once you have those LUTs, load them onto the Lumix Lab app, have them be assigned to the natural color profile, name them whatever you choose to, and then you can transfer LUTs from the Lumix Lab app to your camera if it does support the Lumix Lab app. So those are 2 ways you can load these LUTs onto your Lumix cameras, but I would still experiment with the grain settings and different things like that, or using the Lumix Lab app to add those film emulations. Anyways, if you guys are interested in checking out and purchasing my own film emulated LUTs for the Lumix cameras, there will be a link in the description. And again, you could use the code FILM10 for 10% off. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and until next one, guys, peace.